And we're going to move on to the semi-main, or is it semi-main? No. Oh, the third match of the evening. I'm getting ahead of myself. The team of Bishamon, Yoshi-Hashi, and Hirooki Goto against the House of Torture team that I can't stand in Yujiro and Evil. Because, again, it's all the bullcrap. But thank Christ, the Bishamon got that DVD and super kick combo, and they hit the rising GTS, or what they call the Shoto, which is the assisted GTS or assisted GTR, and they got the win. Again, I don't have there was some good stuff in this match, but the bullcrap really overwhelmed it for me, and it's just lots of show interference, lots of Togo interference. There was enough of it in the last one that it bothered me, but at least Togo and Show showed really good in-ring beforehand. Evil showed okay-ish stuff, and then Yujiro just slow and sucky as usual.
Yeah, I was not happy with this match because of the shenanigans. I will the first thing that I have written down here, I'm going to try to get through without laughing. Yoshi-Hashi's intro jacket looks like he is a child playing with his father's chest plate. Please don't. My goodness, it was so poorly fit, but my goodness, was it so cool looking in comparison to his other gear. He just needs to get it to. It looks like it should fit Jeff Cobb, but it's being worn by Yoshi-Hashi. Just get the seamstress to take it down like a foot on each side, and you'll be good to go. You'll look fantastic. But yeah, his actual ring gear though, like when he took off the ridiculous jacket, was some of the best gear I have personally ever seen him wear.
Him and Goto match properly now. Their gear has always been similar, but I think they match properly. That's what the new gear is. Like Yoshi-Hashi is literally wearing shorts now. I'm pretty sure. I think it's like a short or something.
No, it was almost reminded me of a Julia's pants. You know how they're baggy a little bit, but then tucked into the boot. But I think they tucked it into the knee pad, so it looks like shorts.
Really good. But I thought it matched Goto so nicely, and I think it's that perfect flow of gear. Absolutely loved it. I think the best part of this match was Goto and Yoshi-Hashi's gear, and then the finish.
yeah, and I also had the point out. I had the question: where was Leo at the end of that when Yo had already hit the ring?
He got in there.
He did, but was he in the toilet and Yo just went? Oh crap!
He was probably taking a piss, and then he went, "Oh crap! Give me a minute, Yo. Try and hold him off." He did get out there. He helped him.
Late to the party. And of course, as usual, we have to Abe-san. No, Abe-san again being taken out by House.
That's a spot I don't even want to talk about anymore because it happens in every Evil match. It's like he's doing a headlock. That's it. The Abe spot is literally a headlock in any Evil match.
Poor Abe. The amount.
I feel bad for the guy, but
the amount of times he's hit his head on the bleachers. Poor kid. Moving on from this torture.
We're going to move on to the match of Team Be-Bop, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Toru Yano, taking on the team from the United Empire, Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher, Mark Davis. Again, the squats, the deep squats from Yano and Hiroshi Tanahashi were absolutely phenomenal. Just, I guess their whole gimmick, the Team Be-Bop thing, is based off an anime or something. Or something. That's what Chris Charlton was saying. He said it had something to do with an anime or a TV show.
Is it maybe I can't remember. Be-Bop, considering
no, it's from it's like high school something, or high school Be-Bop or something. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but it's based off some anime or TV show, and that they decided to be characters in that show themselves. Essentially, with Tanahashi with the slick back hair, that jacket he had on, not his normal jacket, and then even Toru Yano with the pompadour going on. Perfection. But I thought really fun match overall. I love myself some Aussie Open. Again, I've been a big supporter of them for a while. But the end of the match came with the sandwich clotheslines from Aussie Open, and then they hit Coriolis on Yano, and Fletcher gets the pinfall for the win.
I actually have nothing to add for that, except for Yano fought very, very hard in this match. And he
Mhm.
did have a really, really great comeback at the end there, but unfortunately, that was right when that finish did
Yeah.
come of finishing that match for him.
I think his teaming with Hiroshi Tanahashi will bring out the more, not the crazy I'm going to stab you with scissors Yano, but it's going to bring out, in my opinion, a very wrestling, more serious wrestler Yano. For he did pull the corner, things like that, but he did have a lot more seriousness to him in this match than he usually does.
G1 Yano.
Yeah. Even then, he's a little more of a goof than he was here. But main event of the evening, it's Mel's pick. It's the Los Ingobernables de Japón, Sanada, Tetsuya Naito taking on the United Empire's Aaron Henare and the Great Okan, the brand new team of Aaron Henare and the Great Okan. Because Great Okan coming in without the Imperial weapon. This is an interesting situation for what this team's going to do. And I wrote a crap ton of notes for this. Holy shite.
Yeah, this was a good one. I'm just gonna chuckle at the picture here real quick. Everyone looks like they're pointing to where it hurts.
Except Henare, just like I'm just the boss.
I'm just constipated. That's Henare, is he's sitting there like the boss. But the spots at the beginning of this match with Tetsuya Naito with the Great Okan's book and, antagonizing him with it, asking for an autograph, all this. I really enjoyed this. I love these kinds of mind games that Naito
So
plays.
Khan wrote a book? Was it about being the national hero? Is that what he wrote a book about?
I mean, if you can, go for it. I don't know what his book was. We'll have to look it up and put it in the description when we find it. But,
I think it's just like Kent's book. You can't get it over here because it's just in Japanese. But yeah.
I mean, you can, but I can't read it.
Yeah, neither.
So yeah, I don't know. Again, we didn't have English commentary for. Oh no, I did.
No, he does. This is the last match.
So yeah. I don't recall why. I don't know why that book is. Anyway, the spots with it were utterly hilarious. Okan babying this book almost like it was a child and reacting, as Naito's throwing it around like he was throwing his child. So I really enjoyed this because it was almost like a goofy spot within a very serious a match here. When Henare and Sanada finally got in, holy hecking crap. These guys had a really great back and forth. Henare failing to put in the Paradise Lock, getting mad with Milano for not giving him the right coaching there. I mean, if you've watched Sanada's matches, it's pretty freaking easy to figure out, my dude. Just research a little bit more.
I've watched I've seen a vampire do it, so
hey. I mean, he's had almost a century to perfect it, though, right? Naito and Sanada double teaming on Henare was absolutely seamless. Again, that just lack of communication required by LIJ, going through the movements of what they need to do to set up the right move and the pin. I can't praise the Great Okan, all hail, enough. He is just so great in ring. He adapts to everything. He has the ability to be serious. He has the ability to be goofy. He just has such an incredible range. I just wish he wasn't so weird in real life. Sanada doing the chops and swing was amazing. But then that whole spot where he ends up falling face first into the Great Okan's mini con, I just
the little cons, as the saying called, the little cons. Yeah.
Yeah, it did right in the Kanekis, man. I had a good chuckle at it though. Again, this was one of those things where it was a good comedic breakup. It was almost like a bit of a roller coaster, this match, where they had these moments of
but it was a good up and down, not like an up and then you're like, oh. It was like, okay, let us calm down, then then let us calm down, then then let us calm down.
Yeah, it was a good amount of energy given at the right amount of time for what it was that was happening in the match, and I was living for it. both of these teams supremely unified. You can see that there is a little bit of I wouldn't say like a lack of experience, but there's less camaraderie between Henare and Okan. However, I feel they're still doing very, very
Oh,
well
very well.
tagging
Yeah,
together.
definitely.
Yeah. Sanada able to defend himself successfully against the double team to get Naito in. And of course, Naito always coming in with hair pulling and all that kind of Naito messery. It's usually there. This is usually, though, if you follow Naito as closely as I do, this is usually the blueprint where he starts to wind down the match, is when he starts to do the goofy
Mm-hmm.
stuff later in the match. You know, the match is probably going to wind down in at least the next 5 to 10 minutes if they're going that long. Um, Again, the double teams by Naito and Sanada are just absolutely seamless, absolutely amazing. Okan looks like he's now kind of like that guy who likes to steal people's shit, stealing the Mongolian chops and just adding a goat scream in there. And now he appears to have stolen the Muda's poison mist, attempting to mist. I can't remember. I didn't write it down. Was it in Sanada
Uh,
he was trying to
what
miss?
is it? Right, it was this was right at the end.
Yeah,
Khan
and then
goes to miss Naito, misses,
Naito,
and then
Henare
and hits
instead,
Henare. Then Naito got the DDT and
after
assisted with
hitting
like
not one but two Destinos, if I'm not mistaken.
well, he hit the Destino early, then he hit the Tornado DDT with the assist from Sanada, then hit
Mhm.
another Destino and got the
Mhm.
win. So yeah.
Now the final thing that I have to say, and this is the part of the match that really just for me was just the lid on top of the jar that sealed it in and made this match absolutely perfect, and that was the Lij's sign off at the end of the show that got the members into the ring, which I believe Shingo was at ringside, so Shingo was also able to get in on the ring. But what gave me shivers, I'm even getting shivers thinking about it now, was the crowd finally being able to scream along with Naito, his like final sign out, which is something that the Japanese crowd absolutely like loves doing and that I love hearing. To hear it again for the first time in such a long time, again, it's giving me chills right now just thinking about it. That was
Yeah.
just the perfect 10 out of 10 for me.
I will admit I missed it because again I knew it was all going to be in Japanese and with a bit of Chris Charlton, but I was just like, no, I'm not going to sit through this. I again nothing against it. I couldn't sit through like the
It's
Japanese
fair.
speech.
The
Yeah.
only
So
reason, honestly, that I had it going was because it was on the TV and I was doing something else.
there you go. There you go. So I'm going to go quickly over TMDK, Shane Hayes, Mikey Nichols, Lance Archer, Minoru Suzuki, Aussie Opens, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis, Bishimon's, Yoshi-Hashi, and Hirooki Goto, and Sanada and Tetsuya Naito from LIJ, all with 2 points. The rest of the teams always 0 after the first night. Figured I'd quickly go over that.
Yes, yeah. While I pull up my notes for the next show.
And I'm pulling mine up right now, and I just pulled them up.